And questions over the war with Iran are trending on search engines. ABC News contributor, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for the Middle East, Mick Mulroy, is here to help answer some of those top search questions. Hi, Mick. So a lot of these questions are about the government warning that Iran may be activating sleeper cells in the U.S. What are sleeper cells and how do they work, and what kind of threat could they pose? Those are the big questions we're getting.
Diane, generally speaking, that are operatives that are trained to do clandestine operations in another country, and in this case, our country. They get trained and inserted with the idea they won't do anything other than, support why they're there or cover story until they're activated. And once they're activated, then they carry out the very mission that they were trained for before they were eventually deployed. So that's what a sleeper cell is. Very concerning, of course. The FBI tries to identify these individuals, and if they can find them doing anything unlawful, charge them and get them out of the country. But of course, we don't know what we don't know, and there could be some in the United States, which is why I think there's such a high level of alert.
The draft is also trending after the White House press secretary didn't explicitly rule it out in a Fox News interview. I want to play you some of that moment.
I want to get your take about this idea of troops on the ground. Mothers out there are worried that we're going to have a draft, that they're going to see their sons get in and daughters get involved in this. What do you want to say about the president's plans for troops on the ground? As we know, it's been largely an air campaign up until now.
It has been, and it will continue to be, and President Trump wisely does not remove options off of the table. I know a lot of politicians like to do that quickly, but the president, as commander-in-chief, wants to continue to assess the success of this military operation.
Mick, the question Levitt was responding to there was also about boots on the ground in general, so it's not clear if she was talking about a draft. Now the White House is calling reports that it's not ruling out a draft made up. So what are the chances that we would see a draft in this country, and how would that work?
So, Dan, to start, I don't think there's a real chance that we're going to have a ground force go into Iran. We'd see it, of course. It would take far more than we did in Iraq, but we could actually do it with the current military. We wouldn't have to have a draft. Now, going to the point of the draft, the Military Selective Service Act requires males 18 and 25 to register. It doesn't mean they're conscripted. There'd have to be another law passed by Congress that would activate that. So essentially restart the lottery that was ended in 1973. So those are all very unlikely. So first of all, the active force we have now does not require that we have a draft to be able to do something like invade Iran. And even if that was the case, there's several steps that would have to happen that are all unlikely. Congress is very unlikely to pass a law restarting conscription in the draft.
People also want to know about Iran's capabilities, how many drones, missiles, and ships they have left, and how long they can hold out.
So I think it's important to point out, even with the extent, the 5,000 plus in building strikes the U.S. and Israel has taken in Iran, there's always going to be some remnant. So the fact that they can still shoot a Shahed drone or a ballistic missile shouldn't necessarily be the standard that we're looking for. We have degraded them pretty substantially. And I think all the battle damage assessment that we're doing right now is why we don't really know when the end will come. It's likely to be 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks where the military can meet its objective if it's just focused on the strategic assets. I think that could happen, but it's unclear exactly how much Iran has left, and that's why we're continuing this campaign.
All right, Mick Mulroy, thank you.